Hello, hi guys, welcome to my channel. To passerbys, hello, welcome to the ones that pops in and out. Hey, please subscribe to my 19 guys, love you and welcome. So random. Wasn't planning on doing this story time, yeah, but I just decided let's. Okay, I was like let's. Okay guys, I'm having a mission gravy from KFC. Your girl has been into this for years, but like I fell in love with it more when I was sick, because it was actually, I'm not even supposed to, but yeah, I'm still at it, because I used to eat it most of, actually it was like the only thing that I would eat when I was sick, like very sick. And that was when, last year, yeah, I think it got terrible last year. So but anyway, we're not there. That is a story for another day, as usual. Yeah, so I still love it, now and again. Not now and again, because I just had it the other day. I had it yesterday. Yeah, it's like all the time. But anywho, we're not there. And guys, this story time here. The people you guys call friends. I don't know. I was filming another video and something just clicked, because I had touched on them, on this particular person that I'm gonna be speaking about, and it just took me back. When this girl was, it wasn't even a girl, it's an old woman, people. It's an old woman, because I had a tendency of befriending like older people, way older people than myself. And yeah, this was by someone who was like way older than me. Yo, and the betrayal. Yo, hi guys. So what had happened was, okay guys, so came to this place. I think I was still in my 20s. Yeah, I was still in my 20s. Yeah. Came into this place. I had found the job there. Right from when I was doing an internship somewhere. Was doing an internship in sales and marketing. Then like right after that, I didn't know what I was gonna do, and randomly we were having a stand in this shopping center, in this mall. And one of the guys that I was working, an older guy that I was working with, I was doing in service in that company. Excuse me, I was doing internship in this company. So this guy while we had the stand at the mall, then advertising the company, and then he's like, hey, you said you're gonna be finishing your, because I had told him like earlier that, hey, you know what, I'm like job hunting, and then in end I've been like submitting my CVs everywhere. And he says, how? Because you said you always have your CVs, and then and you are putting out your CVs, and you're gonna be finishing your INSEV now. So why don't you go to the center management there? Like, center management way? And it's like, there's a center management there by whatever. Then it directed me. Then I was like, really? And he says, yeah, you can go and just find out if there's anything. Okay, long story short, guys, when they found out that there was someone leaving, you know, when God just calls you for something, then found out that someone was leaving. There was this girl who was going to London, and my white linen. Anywho, then this girl was going to London. Then I finally got it, like a temp, because she was a temp. Finally was there as a temp for like this place. Yo guys, yeah, you know what, because this video is going to be like very long if I don't get into this thing. Then long story short, when I got there, befriended like a lot of people there, was friends with like most people, the tenants, excuse me, in this shopping center adored me. I adored them back. Because I don't know if maybe some of you have seen my previous videos where I was saying that I am this like, I'm like naturally hyperactive. I am loud. If I want to, I'm always like that girl, you know. So yeah, then so I think they liked my energy, they liked my vibe, because I'm always like popping all the time, laughing. I was all about that. I was like always like chatting to people, random people. I would be laughing with them. I'll be telling them story. You know, I'm like, yeah, I was that girl. Not anymore though. So yeah, because people will change you. I promise you, even if you don't want to, but people will change you. So befriended this particular lady. Then we got very close, guys, like very close, because I'm like that. Yo guys, being a Taurus, it's yeah, sometimes you get effed up. You get effed up by people because you are so loyal even to people that are not loyal to you, or even with people that would backstab you, that would betray you, up until you realize that, you know what, hey. But with me, even if people can tell me, guys, yo, I am so, what the heck, I'm like that. I take time to see people's true colors. I take time, because I'm like, no, I always make excuses for people, like, no, maybe they were not saying it like that, oh no, maybe that's not what they meant, you know. I'm like that, but I'm actually learning the hard way. So guys, what had happened was, this woman, I loved her. I loved her. Loved her. You know, she was, I don't know, she was like, you know, when you are just like in complete friendship, relationship, whatever ship with the person. I was always like leaning on her. At work, I will always like, as soon as I come in, I'll go and hug her. You know when the person is like your buddy, like your mother type her, like your sister type her, your, you know, like your everything. There's nothing this person didn't know about me. You know, everything. I used to tell her everything. I mean, everything. Then she'll come to my house. I'll invite her to my house. She'll come to my house. I'll go to her house. Guys, it was like, wow. If there's something happening at home, if there's a party, she's there. Like almost all my family members have met her. Even like my long lost, because there were some that were the long lost relatives, but I will introduce her to them. So, and even if they're not there, they will ask me, hey, how is so and so, and she was that person in my life. But we were working in the same department. Actually, we were in the same office. Like, we were always like side by side with each other in everything. If there are events at work, we're there together. I will style her. I will, like suggest these hairstyles. No, you have to put a lipstick on. No, you have to look. Maybe if she's like had met someone new, then I'll be like, no, this is how you must look. Then I'll do her makeup a little bit because she didn't like makeup. Then I'll be like, no, but you still have to put your lipstick on. I was like that girl into her life. And guys, yo, I don't know. I don't want to get into something that had happened that nearly got me fired because of her. I don't want to get into that, but something happened that I nearly got fired because of her, because I lied for her. Hey, that woman, she came and she like tried to convince me, and like with me, when it comes to her, it wasn't taking any much convincing, because I knew that this is my girl. Yo guys, what happened? I'm not gonna get into exactly the details, but seriously, I nearly got fired, and that was gonna like make my name look so bad because of her, and I was doing that for her. Okay, fine. That's God. Anywho, so guys, as a person that I wears, I would like, as soon as I get out of the office, because most of the time I was in the office, as soon as I got out of the office, then the tenants, they be like, hey queen, I'll be cold, but like this, like, I mean, as soon as I step out, as soon as they see me, this one will be calling me. This one will be screaming my name. Hey, come this side. Hey, come this side. I'll be like, I'll start here, then I'll go there. And, so that it was that vibe. So there was these other ones. These other ladies. Whenever I go past them, excuse me, they will call me also. Then I'll come in, I'll be laughing, hey, we've been telling my stories and what is happening in my life. I was that girl. Then these two, they would always be, especially there was one, that was always like, hey, wena, be careful. I was always like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Guys, I'm telling you, I don't know for how long they were telling me the same thing. For years, I think, they were telling me the same thing. It never clicked to me what they were talking about. They were always warning me about stop telling my stories to people. They were warning me about be careful of certain people. And they were telling me that people will backstab you and they'll be telling me that even those that you think they will never do that to you, be careful of them. Guys, I'm telling you, I was so blind by friendship, that what I called friendship, that I disregarded them. I just, like, I never thought that they were talking about this thing. that I'm talking about. And never, never in a million years, guys, have I ever thought that these girls were telling me about this woman. Then even like I'll come to them and I'll talk to them. I'll be like so hype and even when I'm leaving, they were like, "Hey, you, stop being like this. Stop doing this." And you know, you must be careful. People are not what they seem. Your girl is what? Loyal bitch. She's like ignoring everything. Then, like most of the time, like I would never leave that shop without them saying something like that. Then, guys, after all the years that was happening, I remember, no, yes, I remember this girl, this woman, there was like, because in our office, there was like ladies and guys, you know, like older, kind of older guys, you know. And I think by then, I was the youngest. Then I was the youngest. So, of course, guys, older guys as well, because I was that bitch. Baby, I was that bitch. Waist used to be snatched, you know. I was like, I would wear like your crop tops and your lower cut, either jeans or pants. I was like that girl, and I was thin, and I was like, you know, and my brackets, babe. I was like that babe, you know. Jesus, guys, I used to be hot. Hey, I used to be hot. Well, old age kicked in. Asikolapho. Yizwani ke. So, that woman. This woman, so of course guys will like hit on me and I'll just like ignore them. I'm thinking that, you know, when you are working in the same office with guys, you know, you just like whenever they hit on you or whatever, you just like laugh it off, like you know, because y'all are all playing, always playing. So there was this particular one who used to be like into me, but I'm like, I'm always like, yeah, he'll buy me gifts, he'll buy me this, he'll buy me that. So one day I'm sitting with her in the office and the guy brings me, what? Was it KFC lunch or something like that? KFC, I think like some snacks as well or whatever. Then this woman says, like within like a nasty face, and she's like, oh, Hinda Bangalalan, Hinda, why don't you just guys just like sleep together? Why don't you just like sleep together? And I'm like, I'm looking at her. At first I thought she was joking. Then I looked at her, I'm like, Aibu. And it's like, oh yeah, why don't you just sleep together? Then the guy just dropped the things and he left. Then she kept on saying that, and with an irritated face, and she's like, why don't you just sleep together? Why are you pretending like you're not into each other? Then I saw that this woman is not joking. She is not joking, guys. And I looked at her, I'm like, why would I want to do that? I'm like, no, I'm not into him. Then anyway, it's not like that. He's not buying me lunch because now maybe he wants to sleep with me. And then he's like, oh, can't you say that? Can't you say, oh, stop. What did she say? Stop fooling yourself. Stop fooling yourself. Or maybe you bluffing. Or maybe you bluff. Then she's like irritated. I'm like, you know, then I was like, oh, anyway, I'm not bluffing anyway. And also, if I want to, because I can see that, you know what, no, I don't get this woman. Then I'm like, okay, what is going on here? Why is she so angry? Hey, boo, this woman, Why is she worked up? And I'm like, no, anyway, if I want to sleep with him, then I will sleep with him. Then, woo! Then she's like, oh, yeah. Vele. Why don't you sleep with him anyway? Why don't you sleep with him anyway? Why are you pretending like you don't like him? And that guy, I was never going to. Nah, he wasn't the type. He was a very sweet guy, and I liked him as a person because he was he was a very sweet guy. Then, fine. Then even that I ignored, guys. I ignored all of it. Then to me it was like, it was just like one of those things. Kept on being friends with this woman. I will do the stuff for her. And guys, I'm telling you, one day, so next to our office comes in another office, that they said when there's like some company that needed to put their office next to ours, and then end. Okay, fine. Then by then I had moved into another office inside. Then comes this girl. I just knew her because when I used to come and see this lady that I was friends with, then she'll be there, and I would just like have a conversation with them. And this lady that I was working with, she actually had other girls, 2 girls that she was working with. So maybe when I'm coming from the shops or from the tenants, from the tenants that were my friends, then I'll pass by their office. Then I'll be like that hyper, joking around, laughing and being loud, you know. Then I'll come to their office. Then we'll all be laughing, yeah, woo, hey. Then I'll be speaking to this one that I'm close to. Hey, do you know what happened? No. I'll be telling you stories and then. Then they will be laughing and no, because I mean, they were saying that I'm funny, and all, like most people, they were saying I'm funny because I used to be anyway. Then one day, after some time, after like close to a year or even after a year, while I'm in the office, come in this girl. I'm by myself. Then come in this girl. She greets and she's like, no, cause I mean, like I know her, the one that sits next to this woman's office. Then she comes in. It's like, hi Queen, how are you? I'm like, I'm fine. Then we like laughing and then joking around, and she sits down. While she's sitting down, she's like, hey, I have something to tell you, and I don't know how you're gonna take this. I'm like, something to tell me. I'm like, okay. You know, I'm like, I don't care, maybe like some story, whatever happened, you know. Then she's like, then what she actually wanting, what she was about to tell me, then come other people. Then she stops. Then she sits down, then we talk to this person, then we're laughing, then totally forgot about what she was about to say, or maybe that even she had a story to tell me. Then she leaves. Then fine, like to me, I forgot about it. Past some time, past a month or so, she comes back. And she sits. She's like, hey, do you remember when I was like, then we started like talking and chatting and laughing. And she says, hey, you remember when I came here and I wanted to tell you something? I'm like, yeah? What is it? What did you do, girl? Then she says, hey, I don't know how you're gonna take this, by me telling you this, I'm just like, I don't know, because I've been like ignoring this thing. But I mean, as a person, you kind of like know, you gotta let the person know. I'm like, how girl, what happened, what's up? Then she's like, hey, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm like, what the heck, tell me, you know, because I'm thinking it's like one of those maybe stories, like, you know, maybe she went to the men's or whatever, or maybe she saw my men's or whatever, you know. But no, I knew that she couldn't have like seen my men's, because my men's was staying in another city, and it was like he hardly came there. So yeah, but I didn't know what was the story or what the story was about. Then she says, hey, you know what, I've been seeing you like for quite some time now. I've been observing you. And I'm like, yeah. And then, what up, what did you? And she says, hey, you know, I've been trying to see what these other people are talking about. I'm like, talking about like what? And she says, about you. Then I'm like, what? And she says, what people are saying about you. I'm like, what people saying about me? What people, like, what are they saying about me? And I'm thinking that also, I'm like, inside, I'm like, okay, maybe they are saying that I'm funny because I'm always like, you know, like, oh no, she's too much, or, you know. And she says, no. Um, Whenever you come to the office, which office? She says, in their space, there's always like talks when like I'm about to get there, and also when I leave. Like, what are you talking about? Then this girl started pouring tea, boo boo. She started pouring tea, how I'm always the topic in that side, in that office, how I'm always bashed to the, I don't know, to the what. My name is always crushed. I'm always the topic. Every morning, as soon as they got into the office, these people are on my name. Saying what? All this negative stuff. Look at her. She thinks she's all that. She thinks she's better. And then I'm thinking maybe it's like these other girls. I know the other one, I wouldn't like really believe it, but it's okay if she can say it, the other two. But this one, the one that I've been close to for years, guys, for years, more than 10 years. That one will never, she will never say that about me. She will never say those things. Then I'm like, okay, that means it's these two that were saying all these things. I wonder how this one would back me up, because I know that she will back me up. In the meantime, guys, it was all her. In the meantime, it was all her. She was bashing my name. She was saying all these things about me, all these terrible things. She was creating stories about me. Yo, what this girl, what she was telling me, I was like, what? And guys, remember when I said I am the person that would like I take time, like I take time to get into that space with a person, because I'm loyal. As I am loyal, I take time, like I take time to see the person's true colors. I'm always like, no, that's my girl, no, that's my boo, no, what? You can't tell me anything about them. In the meantime, this lady was saying all these things, all those things. You know, it was a lot, guys, that she was saying. It was a lot. It was a lot. I was like, huh? Yo. And she said, no, but I don't want you to. Because this girl was like, she was like a nice girl, and she was like a quiet person. She was like very quiet. And she says, no, I don't want you to ask them. Please act normal, because maybe they will suspect that I've told you. But, and she also said, hey, I don't know, I doubt if I won't be okay if they find out as well. You know, when the person is that confident about a certain issue. She said, yeah, act normal, but at the same time, if they happen to find out that I told you. But I mean, they always talk about you. What is there to deny? I was like, huh? I was like, oh. And she said, no, but don't take it bad. I mean, it's like, you are yourself. You know how you are. Of course, people will get like that. It's something that you just have to tell yourself that it's just people. You know, like we talked and talked and talked. I was like, okay, thank you for letting me know. Oh, guys, but oh, my heart was like, what? This person. Then I was thinking back, this person, I've been here with this person. I've taken this person here and there. I've done this for this person. You know? This person, there's nothing this person doesn't know about me. There's nothing. I was like, okay, wow. Then, after some time, okay, like, I try, because my problem is pretending. I can't pretend for shit. I can't pretend. I can't pretend. I couldn't pretend. I was like, what? Then now I had to pretend like I've never heard this story. I was like, no. Then, hey, I couldn't pretend anymore. Then she will come and she will like try to be friendly, and then I'll be off, guys. I'll be off. Then she'll ask me, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I am. Up until I couldn't anymore. Up until I couldn't pretend anymore. I remember when I confronted her. It was like after working hours. I was coming from the office, and I think she was coming from one of the shop, going to a car, and I was going to my car. I was about to leave, go home. Then I saw her coming from the other entrance. Then I called her. And she's like, oh, pretending, oh, how you going home? No. Then I'm like, yeah, but I need to speak to you first. And I knew that she actually had a feeling, because she knows me. Then we went, and I think we sat in her car. Then she said, oh, okay. Then I'm like, no, I need to speak to you. Then she actually knew that there's something serious. Something is wrong. Then she said, oh, okay, where are we gonna sit? Are we gonna sit? I'm like, no, we'll sit. Then let's sit in your car, because she was by her car. Then I was like, no, we'll sit in your car. I got into her car, and she got into her side. Then I started talking. I started telling her, I'm like, yo, I have never in my life, believed that you can do something like this to me. I refused to believe that you can do something like this to me. I started telling her, pouring it out. Everything that they used to say about me, everything that was said, everything that was done, everything into detail. And I could see that she was so shocked. She was so shocked that I knew every single thing. What was her answer? Oh no, because I was asking her why. Why? 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 She didn't know what to say. She didn't know what to say. She mumbled something, then she ended up saying that we know as we live in this world, we are all not perfect, and you know, someone, like, she said something that I couldn't understand, but anyway, she couldn't say anything that I could understand because she didn't know what to say. She didn't know why she went and did all those things that she had done and said all those things that she had done, because I've never done a single thing to her, not even once. Instead, I was always like on her back. I was always like being like that cheerleading girl, like, hey, you go, hey, let's do this, let's do that. I was a ride or die. She didn't know what to say. I remember I left her and she was stunned. She didn't know what to do. And she knew that at that moment, she knew that, you know what, this is it. Because I'm like that, guys. I take time to see your true colors. I take time to give up on you. But once I do, it's a wrap. It is a wrap for me. And it was a wrap for her. She knew, because she knew how I was. She knew, like, the real me. She knew that that was a wrap. After that, then she tried, but she just knew that she just knew that Then after that, this guy that I was telling you guys about, that he used to buy me presents, and then one day, I think he was going to get married or something. He was like very old, but you wouldn't see because he was like one of those fresh guys. Then he was going to get married, and I remember they had done the traditional wedding, and now they were going to be doing a white wedding or something like that. Then he comes to me and he says, hey, now I am doing this. I'm about to do this, but this was supposed to be you. Then I just laughed it off, and he said, then I could see in his face that he is serious. He changed the face and he was like serious. I'm like, what? And he says, this was supposed to be you. I'm like, what do you mean? And then like laughing, but no, he was serious, and he's like, but I told you. I'm like, you told me what? And he said, no, I've been waiting for you. He said, I've been waiting for you. I'm like, waiting for me for what? And he says, for you to get back to me with my request. No, what request? Then he said, how? Didn't so spoke to you? Like, about what? He is saying, didn't so speak to me? Meaning the lady that I was close to. I'm like, no. What's up? And he says, a long time ago, I think it was like, you were like 5 years here, or 3 to 5 years, somewhere there. And he said, excuse me, he spoke to her, telling her how serious he is about me. He's been like watching me, and you know, wanted to wipe me up, you know, and all those things, you know. Then he said he went. He actually said, no, he said he went and picked her up. Yes, he said he went and picked her up from her house because he wanted to speak to her. And she came to his house and they sat down, and he was saying, like, he said he poured his heart out because he didn't want to face me because I wasn't taking him serious. And he knew that if he speaks to her, I will take her serious. So he wanted to, he was serious about me. He wanted to make me his wife. And the house that he bought, that house was supposed to be mine. And like the long story, I was like, no. I'm like, because I'm saying that he's like serious, he's like serious. I'm like, no, she had never come to me. She never did. And he's like, no, you are lying. I'm like, no, she never came to me and said anything. And he says, how? I've asked her if she went and spoke to you, and she said yes, but you just ignored her, you just left it off. I'm like, no, I will remember. I'm like, let's go and ask her. Then he's like, no, let's leave it anyway, because there's nothing that is gonna change or whatever. Then I'm like, fine. Then a few days passed. Then I went to this woman. I'm like, how? So and so is telling me that he came to you and he talked to you about this and this and this and that. Then she laughs it off, and then I was like, you know what, let me just leave it. Then, cause I asked her and I wanted to see her face. I wanted to see her facial expression, what she's gonna do. Then you know when a person is guilty of, I don't know, hiding something or whatever, then I had my answer there and there. I was like, okay, cool. So guys, but there's a long story, but then I ended up leaving the company. I think I left the company, and my relationship with her was like that. Then I think there was something that was gonna happen. She was gonna do a ceremony for a child. I was gonna be an MC, and ended up like, I was like, I gotta cut it, baby. I gotta cut you. So that's how I cut it. I cut her relationship, I cut her friendship, I cut her in my life. Guys, I'm telling you, careful. Careful who you speak to, careful of your friends, be careful of the people that are like very close to you. Very careful. Because sometimes you learn the hard way, like I did. Okay? You guys, this was a long story time, so long. There are more coming, guys. I just hope that I'm gonna be more into it and be in a mood to tell the story, because I wanna tell you like exactly as it is or as it was. You take care of yourself. Please like this video. Please tell me about the betrayal of your friendships. Tell me about your former friends, your former whoever's that you had, guys, because people are nasty. People are nasty. People are so evil. Okay, you guys take care of yourself. Please like this video, comment, and please subscribe.